And you are live on the air, Luis. We aren't watching. The fans are watching OmniBros live on a Wednesday night. Question and answer time. I am the silver. Oh, crap. I have to listen to myself botch it up. Okay, so I'm here. I'm OmniDog with my fabulous co-host, Lou Rodrigue. How are you doing, buddy? Comics Guide 101.
I'm doing well. I'm a little bit better. I had to sit down and read Codpiece Thor, but we'll talk about that later on today.
Don't think just by putting it off to the last minute, you're not getting a chance to do a full review.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've got a few things to say about Codpiece Thor.
Good. I want to hear every one of them.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But before we get into that 90s goodness, Jess, where can anybody that really wants to get their 90s comic goodness fix, or their 2000s or 2010 comic goodness fix, where can they get that?
Well, if you're talking about collected editions and you want to get them up to 50% off with a loyalty discount, free shipping in the United States over $50, excellent packaging, fabulous customer service, you're talking about InStockTrades.com. InStock Trades, also known as IST. We all worship and love them here in the United States.
Amen to that.
Sorry for you guys down under. Some people in Europe bite the bullet and have big bundles shipped to them. So,
yeah. IST. Funny that you mentioned that. IST, actually, I got a package from them this past week, and like you would expect, packaging is immaculate. Beautifully done, and I didn't have to worry about my stuff. It was shoved in my parcel locker because my mailman's a jerk. But because of IST's amazing packaging, I didn't have to worry about it. It was safe. I took out all my books, and they were nicely cradled in foam.
A little comfortable foam womb for your valuable books. Chris M says he got his first IST package yesterday. Good for you, Chris. You lost your IST virginity. Way to go, dude.
Good for you, man.
Or dudette, however the case may be.
Your mailman knocked. Yeah, my mailman's kind of a jerk.
My mailman is actually pretty darn good.
Is he?
Yeah, it cycles around. Sometimes it's a woman, sometimes it's a guy. Mostly it's this little tiny woman. Well, she's not little tiny. She's probably about 5 foot. She was the one that humped the 50-pound box that the Infinity Gauntlet box was in. She humped that to the door, so she's pretty strong.
Why do you make your mail people do that, Jess? You always put them
sometimes I meet them halfway in the driveway when I see them coming.
Are those the days when your wife is home?
Yeah, those days when my wife is home, I meet him at the mailbox and rush it into the garage into my trunk, the trunk of my car. Or as they say in England, the boot of my car.
There's a system in place for that.
Yeah. There really is.
But yeah. So like always, this is the Wednesday show. And the Wednesday show is a bit more of a free-flowing show where Jess and we kind of just shoot the shit. We talk with pretty much any random topic we can come up with. We kind of just go with the flow. The more the flow goes, the longer the show goes. It can go up to an hour, hour and a half. It's true. It can go up to an hour and a half. We've done shows as long as 2 hours and a half. They're super rare. But yeah, the most important part of this show, though, is, of course, the chatty chat. We cannot do it without you guys, so we rely on you guys to keep the flow of the conversation going, and we rely on you guys to help us out with questions. So if you got questions, whether they be relationship, whether they be divorce, whether they be love advice,
I'm interested in that answer.
We can give you advice on that. It might not be the best advice, but it will be advice.
Yeah, really. When you go to your lawyer and you say, yeah, I got law advice from the OmniBros, he may not give you the best look.
No, he might not.
But a question was asked, and I have this question too. What books did you get? You're getting books?
I did. I ended up getting the Spidey Deadpool.
Oh, right.
And the Sheriff of Babylon Deluxe Edition hardcover.
I have those right here.
Those are beautiful. I can't wait to crack into especially the Sheriff of Babylon Deluxe.
Mine are still unopened, still in the packaging.
I've already read Sheriff, the issues
yeah, so have I.
In the first two trades, but I really wanted it all in a nice little deluxe edition collection.
This looks fun.
It does. It looks really fun.
I haven't read this at all. This is a nice deluxe edition of Sheriff of Babylon.
Mm-hmm. I like the cover on it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. See if I can get it so the reflection doesn't wreck it up. Yeah, part of Tom King's hat trick a couple years ago.
What was his hat trick? It was Omega Man, Sheriff of Babylon, and Vision?
Vision, yeah.
That was the three, right? Like he had all three going at once at the same time.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing that they were all coming out right at the same time.
And it looks like he's going for another, not necessarily hat trick. What does he got right now? He's got Batman, which I'm reading right now. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's got Mr. Miracle, which everything I've heard is it's amazing. And I think that's it, because Sheriff is on hold, and he's got double duties on Batman.
Right. He did tease something in his Twitter or Instagram or something. He teased something that something was coming up soon. So he may be working on 3 again.
Personally, I think it might be, and I mentioned this in the chat, I think it might be Capullo and Tom King doing Swamp Thing.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
I think it might be that. We know Capullo is doing Swamp Thing. We don't know who he's doing it with.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What's exciting is that I get excited about comic books.
even after all these years, huh?
At this ripe old age, I still get excited about comic books.
That's good, man. There's a lot of people that once they start like 20, 30 years into the hobby, they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. But you're still in it. You're still loving it. Really
yeah,
cool.
If anything, I'm more excited than ever.
And I think that also has to do with a lot of the state of the market, because there is so much variety these days in terms of what books you can read. If you want a crime thriller, well, you've got something along the lines of Kill or Be Killed or Southern Bastards. If you want a space opera, Image has tons of those. 7 to Eternity, Black Science, Saga. And if you want your capes and cowls, DC Comics, they're putting out Batman, and they're putting out Superman, Super Sons. Great titles like that.
Yeah, if anything, it's like television. I've got too many choices. There's just so much good stuff to read compared to when I was a wee lad, when it was just Classics Illustrated or DC or Marvel, and that was pulling them off a drugstore comic rack where you weren't always guaranteed A, to get them in decent condition, or B, to even get the proper issues, because it was pretty haphazard how those things got stocked. So I would always be missing key issues that I'd have to go to a used bookstore for. And when I see key issues, I mean, in case there was a rare 3-arc run of kryptonite poisoning in Superman or something.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out to John P., who's doing a great job of singing I'm a Gay Papa in the chat from the Howard Stern Show. It is awesome. Good job, John P. He's singing the whole song in there. Wait, who sang that? John P. Who sang that song? I'm a Gay Papa. I forget now. He's still singing the song. Hey, Jess, you need to check out Beautiful Canvas. It's a cool Aussie indie comic. Okay, Beautiful Canvas. I checked out Chocolate Rain. It was interesting, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But it was interesting.
Is it like Purple Rain?
No. Oh yeah, Mark. He was married to Martha Ray. What's his name? Mark Harris. That's right, Mark Harris. He was married to Martha Ray. Chaz Sullivan, Jess, I just got Eltingville Club off of Amazon. Good get. Good get. That is such a good book. I hope you didn't have to overpay for it because I heard it was out of print.
What's that one?
Eltingville Club by Evan Dorkin.
Uh-huh.
We got a lot of the chat. As the flow of the chat goes, as the flow goes, the show goes, to quote my partner.
What's the Eltingville Club? What is that?
Let me get it real quick.
The guy from Maiden? Huh. Apparently it's still in stock.
It is by Evan Dorkin, and it is the Eltingwood Club, comic book, science fiction, fantasy, horror, role-playing club by these four guys. It's in black and white. These four guys are teenagers that collect everything, and they are like the lowest of humanity. They're constantly fighting each other over comic books, over... It looks really wordy here, but all the words are really funny, and you'll really recognize it because it plays up on tropes of, you know, comic store owners and comic store fans breaking open all the packages at the grocery store of Wonder Bread to get the trading card out of it. And it looks like it's, I mean, it is tons of words, but it's just so funny and it's so spot on. Oh, here's some in color. They did a zombie marathon. I forgot this was in color.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's such a good book, Luis. You would totally dig it. I mean, it is so fun. If it's available digitally, you should read it. I mean, it is just Evan Dorkin is so funny, and I love his art style.
That is a lot of word balloons.
It is a lot of word balloons. Yeah, it is a lot of word balloons. But Eltingville Club, if you can get it, get it.
I'll take a look at that. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Grant Morrison's new X-Men Omnibus is worth the buy?
For me, that's an absolute yes. It's the thing that got me into X-Men like 7 years ago or whenever it came out. I first got it from the fabulous Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland. They told me about it, and I love it. I love that book with a passion. I like it even more than Uncanny X-Force, I think.
That is a yes for me. I share the same sentiment as you. I absolutely love the run. Don't love it as much as Uncanny X-Force for me, though. But I absolutely love Grant Morrison's X-Men. It's a different take on the X-Men that than you're probably used to, but it's a lot of fun. And I love the character of Zorn.
Zorn, and I love the Cuckoos, the Stepford Cuckoos.
Yeah, they do. Grant Morrison, he does so much with that. I love the fact that he makes Emma Frost and Scott Summers a thing. I really like that dynamic.
I loved Emma Frost throughout the whole book. That's the book that made me fall in love with Emma Frost.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you're an Emma Frost Scott guy, not a Jean Grey and Scott guy?
I'm just an Emma Frost guy. Whoever she wants to hook up with is her business. Yeah. Even though I'm talking about her like she's a real person. But I am able to divine the difference between fact and fiction. But I just like her whole persona and how cool and snarky she can be. And just, she is the Ice Queen. I really dig her. She was, I think, my first Sideshow purchase.
Was she really?
Yeah, I got that from Third Eye too at a nice discount on Black Friday. They opened up Thursday night of Thanksgiving at midnight. If you can imagine this old guy driving an hour to Annapolis, I'm sure this sounds like nothing to you, but the doors opened at midnight. There must have been 300 people at the door. Oh. And Emma Frost was like 40% off, which was a huge savings on a Sideshow statue. And I got all kinds of stuff. I was there till 3 a.m.
Jesus.
And I know I was numb. I don't know how I made it home. I was absolutely numb. And somehow I made the drive home, but I got a ton of statues and comics and everything because they have a wild Black Friday sale where everything's like 30% off and, you know, 1,000 people show up. It's crazy.
That is crazy, man. Wow.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m. And was it worth it?
Yeah. I mean, I questioned my sanity at the time. When I was out in the front of it, I saw Lois Lane Bombshell for 50% off. And I said, oh, I've got to get that. And I was like shaking and numb and ready to fall asleep. And I'm like, I need that Bombshell. This was about 4 years ago.
See, that's commitment to a hobby. That's when you know you're into a hobby.
Yeah, I'm committed. I should be committed, but I'm committed.
Next thing, you're going to start getting original art.
Oh, no. I have one original art piece, and I'm sticking with it.
That's a deep hole, man. That is a deep hole you don't want to go down because that gets expensive really quick.
Yeah, I can see how people love it and collect it, but I just can't. Yeah, you're right. It is a black hole.
You're just throwing money at the wall in that one.
Yeah, and I don't have space to properly show it. I've already got stuff on my walls here, so yeah, no. Now are you an Iron Maiden fan? Because people in the chat are singing Iron Maiden songs.
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. I haven't heard too much Maiden. Not that I hate them or anything. I just haven't listened to too much of them.
Yeah, when I worked in the record store back in the 80s, Iron Maiden was really huge.
Was it really?
Yeah, really big. 2 Minutes to Midnight came out, and everybody was going crazy.
Are you a fan?
I heard it enough that that particular album, whatever it was that has 2 Minutes to Midnight on it, I heard it so much that I sort of became a fan of that particular album.
Really?
I haven't seen them in concert or bought any of their albums or anything.
I just want to let you know right now, the hot light for Krispy Kreme donuts is on by my neighborhood.
And how do you know that, Louise?
I know that because my best friend just texted me that the hot light is on.
Oh, I thought you had an app.
No, he has the app. He's addicted to Krispy Kreme right now.
That's committed to a product when you have an app that tells you when the donuts are hot.
Well, the thing is that he's never had Krispy Kreme until last week. He's like 23. He's never had Krispy Kreme until last week.
Oh.
And he went in when the hot light was on. So after that, he downloaded the app, and he's been texting me, my brother and I, and the hot light is on, like trying, because he's got a bad leg right now because he got into an accident and he twisted his leg pretty badly. And a lucky bastard. He's one of those guys that he could eat whatever he wants, and he throws another app. He's like ridiculously in shape, and it's just he's a lucky bastard. He eats like a fat ass. So he's really fortunate because of that. He texts us constantly like the hot light is on, and he wants us to drive him to Krispy Kreme.
There is nothing. I mean, that is a life-altering experience. Getting hot ones when they're fresh off the conveyor belt. That is. I mean, the difference between a hot one and a regular one is amazing. Amazing. I could chow down 6 of those hot ones easily. You don't even need to chew them. You just like mush them in your mouth and swallow them.
Oh, man, they disintegrate. They just that little. They're so light and they're so good, and they just disintegrate in your mouth.
Yeah. Those sound great.
There really is no other donut.
No, that is an awesome one.
Yeah, so Shorty Larson says, yeah, because he's 23. Wait until he hits 40.
Yeah.
Chris M says, anyone see the cover to Green Lantern 43 out today? Hoochie mama.
What is it?
I don't know. Green Lantern 43. I'll take a look at it. He says, look at the cover of Green Lantern 40.
Hoochie Mama. Anyone seen the Green Lantern 43? Okay. Lantern 43. Images. I guess it should put Rebirth in there.
Probably the same. Is that it?
Hmm.
I don't see anything super crazy. You?
No. But I'm not really seeing 43. It's not. Huh. I'm getting 43 from like New 52.
Yeah, same.
Huh.
October 2015. Are you sure you're not talking about 34? No, 43 was 2 days. What?
Poochie Mama. What would it be?
I gotta say, so far I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not seeing the Hoochie Mama.
Me either. It really should be easy. What I mean, how hard can it be to pull up 43? What's wrong with the internet?
Is that the one with Simon Baz?
I must not be doing my search right.
I think I found it. Superhuman Trafficking. It's a really, I don't know. I'm not feeling that cover. If that's the one. Kill or Be Killed will end at 20 issues. Really? In 20 issues or at 20 issues? Because last time I read, he was pretty close to 20 issues.
I'm not finding it.
Yeah, me either.
That's weird. Why can't we find this? I wonder if I need to do it on Chrome. Maybe that's a better search tool.
I know some people in the chat are talking about Tom King and Swamp Thing. Funny that they mentioned that. I just actually read Batman 23 this past week. And that is that's the single issue that came out. It's kind of like a one-shot issue that has Batman and Swamp Thing in it. It's really good.
Ooh, I love Batman and Swamp Thing together.
Yeah. Have you read that yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm a collected guy, so I have to wait till everything's collected.
I thought that came out already in trades. Or you're getting hardcovers.
No, I get it in trades. What? Wait. Yeah. If it's Batman, I do the deluxes.
Oh, okay, that's why.
So I'm way behind in Batman.
No, it's really good. Mitch Gerards, the artist of Sheriff of Babylon, does the art on it, and it's fantastic, man. It's such a great issue. It's kind of like a little one and done murder mystery, but the way it ends is really strong.
What book is that? I mean, what number?
Batman 23.
Oh, okay.
It's the issue right before War of Jokes and Riddles kicks off, and the issue right after The Button.
Okay. No, I don't think I've read it yet.
Yep, just always wait for collected stuff.
Go to DC Comics and go to this week's comics, and it shows Green Lantern 43.
43B on my comic. She's talking about a variant. This is really bothering you.
Well, I want to see it. DC Comics.
We're kind of on the subject. While you hunt that down, I guess, since I won't be on the show tomorrow, I'll go over some of the things I've been reading.
Okay, good.
I started rereading Hellblazer. I know that's a favorite of yours, Jess.
I do love Hellblazer. I love Hellblazer.
I ended up skipping the Jamie Delano stuff because that stuff always kind of bored me. I wasn't a fan of his prose. And I went right into the Garth Ennis stuff. And Garth Ennis kicks things off with Dangerous Habits. For those of you that have never read Dangerous Habits, it's the perfect place to start with Hellblazer, aka John Constantine. Constantine? How do you pronounce it?
I always say Constantine.
I've heard it both ways. But I always say Constantine. I started reading that again, and Garth Ennis is fantastic on that. It's one of his earlier books, and the general premise is that John Constantine is dying. He is dying of lung cancer. The guy's been smoking 30 cigarettes for...
Oh, that's a great run.
Yeah. The guy's been smoking 30 cigarettes a day since he was 17 years old. He's like in his 30s at this point in the story. So it's finally caught up to him, and he's trying to figure out a way to get out of basically sending his soul to hell, because he's done some really shady shit in the past. I love this little series. I love this Dangerous Habits arc. It's so fucking good. I've read it before, and it's Garth Ennis, young Garth Ennis. He's not really as sharp as he is later on, because he's just starting to learn how to like write for comics and things like that. But it's still so fucking good. He nails John Constantine's voice down, and he's got more of his John Constantine is more accessible, I think, than Jamie Delano's, because it's not as prose heavy. It's not as introspective, and it's not John just kind of constantly feeling sorry for himself for being a bit of a sad sack. Yes, there are moments of that, but his John is a bit more. He's a bit more wisecracking, and he's a bit more cunning, which is the more of the John Constantine that I prefer. Not that you don't get that in Delano's run, but you really get a sense that, oh, this guy is really, really a trickster. Like, he is a grifter. And I dig that. Some of the stuff he does is fantastic. There's this whole bit involving, he goes to Ireland to try to seek a cure, and the devil ends up showing up for some reason, and he gets a one-up on the devil, and that just ends up pissing him off even more. And now he's got kind of racing against the clock, because he's trying to figure out how he can beat the lung cancer that is in his body. And I won't say anything else from that, because I don't want to ruin anything else of that. If you have not read it, it's a fantastically fun place to start with John Constantine. If you want to start with that, of the new trades that they have put out, I believe that's Volume 5, and it's the second half of Volume. It's towards the end of Volume 5 that's included in there. That's when Garth Ennis takes over. By all means, if you want to start with the Delano stuff, I know a lot of people that do enjoy it. I know Jess is one of the people that really dug Delano's writing.
I did.
Wasn't for me. But if you want to start with Ennis, it's a perfect place to start. You really don't need to know too much. On top of that, I have also been reading. Let me think, because I've had the week off, so I've had a lot of time to sit down and read a lot of random.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to sit down and read a lot of random stuff. I sat down and read another issue of The Boys, and it just gets better and better.
What number are you on?
I only read like 1 or 2 issues, and I read the issue with the guy that he can't stop fucking things, and he's at a therapist, and he's crying, and I know I shouldn't laugh at this, but I was dying laughing. He has his sidekick, and he sends him away on this quest because he's really afraid of fucking him. And it's the more and more I read of The Boys, the more and more that I absolutely just love this over-the-top fun series. It's absolutely bonkers. It's over the top.
Insane.
It's hilarious in the most deprived way possible.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't reading like 8 other series right now, this would probably be one that I would binge the hell out of. It's so much fun.
It's very bingeable. It
is. It really is. And it moves quick. It moves so quick, man. I've kept reading that. On top of that, I also started. Let me think. Hold on. Do I have my tablet? Yes, I do have my tablet. Hold on. I started also reading Neon Genesis Evangelion, because we have Pacific Rim 2 coming out this week. So I was kind of in the mood for a little bit of mecha and kind of giant fighting robots and fighting monsters. I've always heard it's fantastic. I read the first volume of it. I dug it. Didn't love it quite yet. It moves at a brisk pace. We're talking about within the first few pages, you've already got the monster. And then within another few pages, you've already got the giant robot fighting the monster. I can see where Guillermo del Toro took the influence for his first Pacific Rim film because he borrowed a lot from this series with the child pilot and with the being actually interconnected with the machine and how you kind of feel the pain that the machine feels. It's a really, really breakneck pace story, and it's really fun. Not a fan of the main character so far. He's kind of coming off like a little bit of a bitch, and I've heard that that's just how his main character is, and he doesn't really change too much, which, okay. You can take it or leave it. But I'm really digging that so far. Really fun stuff. I only read the first volume, and I know there was probably something else. Oh, last thing. I've been also going through in preparation for Infinity War, and I have been reading Hickman's Fantastic Four.
You have?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be part of my Hickman run someday when I get to it. I wanted to do that in the Cosmic run this year, but it's almost April and I haven't started. So
I've gone on record as saying I'm not too crazy of a fan of Hickman's writing, and that still stands. But his Fantastic Four is so fucking good. It really is such a great read, all the way from the death of one of the characters to pretty much everything that happens. I'm about the point, without giving too much away, with the annihilation. Basically, everything is coming to a head. One of the characters has come back and all this other stuff without giving too much away. I love I love the plotting of this. I mean, you could tell that he was laying the groundwork down from the very beginning of the series all the way to this big moment where we're having the climax of all the little seeds that were planted. He also does a lot with the Inhumans, which I find really fascinating. He does a lot with Black Bolt, and I can't give too much away because you haven't read the series, but suffice to say that I think Hickman, this is one of those runs that, man, it really does live up to the hype. I've talked about it before, but I feel like with a reread, I'm getting a lot more out of it because I'm noticing some of the smaller bits and some of the smaller things that I didn't notice when I first started it, the first time I went through it.
well, I found it on Midtown Comics, the 43B variant. Pretty hot. And it's Michael Curry bite me. It's not like watching your grandparents program their VCR. Jerk.
Send me a link of that.
Okay. I'll send that to you in the chat. Watching your grandparents program a VCR. How dare you? Let's see.
It's kind of fucked up. I'm looking back on the chat.
There's I put it in the OmniBros chat. I know how to do that.
All right, let's see what we got going on. Whoa! No, that's actually, yeah, that's really nice, actually. Who did
that?
That
is nice.
I could see a statue being made out of that, actually.
Yeah, it is a nice cover.
Who did the variant?
It says Brandon Peterson did.
It's a beautiful paint. Yeah, he did a very beautiful job on that. It's not 90s enough. We'll get into that later. Oh,
the 90s beautiful piece of detritus that you had to read because of our bet on Wonder Woman.
I still stand behind that kid sucking at acting.
You'll never let that go, huh?
I will never fucking let that go until she was erased from that film. If I like Hellblazer, this is more of a question for you, Justin.
Okay.
If I like Hellblazer, will I like the Lucifer series as well?
Yeah, I read the entire, when I got my knees replaced back in the summer year before last, I read the entire, it's like 4 or 5 books, thick trade paperbacks that are beautiful. Mike Carey wrote it. 100% thumbs up. Lucifer's great. I've never watched the TV show, so I have no idea what the TV show's like. But Lucifer, the book, is excellent. Great writing, really fun art. But yeah, Lucifer, 100% recommendation.
Gets the seal of approval, huh?
Yes, loved it. I read it in It took me a week probably. And I could have been under the influence of some pain medication, but I found myself really loving it. But yeah. I got a question for Omnipool. Omnipool, how do you pronounce your first name? Is it Angel or Angel? Because I'm going to refer to you at some point in one of my vids, and I want to make sure I say it right. Angel or Angel?
Curtis Mensforth asks, hey, isn't Krypton debuting tonight? Actually, I've heard, and I've been reading online, Krypton is actually the best Superman show that's ever been put on TV.
Really?
That's the early word of mouth, is that it is the absolute best Superman show ever put on TV.
Okay, and I can't go wrong because Omnipool says both pronunciations work. So good.
Which, to me, I still stand by Smallville as being the best. I love Smallville.
I never watched Smallville.
What? It's really good.
I never watched it.
It's a bit dated. Nowadays, the special effects don't hold up as well, but it was a TV show from the mid to early 2000s.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. It was a really good show.
Well, if Krypton's that great, I really want to see it.
Were you a fan of Lois and Clark from the 90s?
I was.
Really? I never saw it.
Yeah, I was a fan of maybe like the first 3 seasons. Then it sort of jumped the shark for me.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe is in the chat. Slow time at Torpedo Comics. Gabe, do you have any copies of Boys 3 and 5 in stock in the definitive edition by any chance?
I think he has a 5. I'm pretty sure. I think 3 was the one he was missing.
Oh, in that big stack we saw?
Yeah, I think he was missing 3, but I'm pretty sure he had 5.
Yeah, because someone in the chat earlier was looking for it. Maybe Gabe can hook him up with it.
66 people in the chat. That's the most we've ever had, isn't it? Yeah, that's the most we've ever had at once.
Yeah. Let's try and not mess it up so we lose them.
We messed it up.
We're down to 64. We peaked early. We lost people.
We peaked early. It's a common problem for a lot of men. It's okay. Oh, Sam I am asked, when are you going to launch OmniBros merchandise?
Oh, Luis is the guy to ask.
Still working on it. I know everybody in the Facebook group, they got a little taste of that earlier this week when I posted up 2 of the shirts we were working on. Everything's still a work in progress. I've been working a lot on it this past week. I'm a bit of a perfectionist with stuff, so I like all the stuff we have up there so far. I'm not in love with it, and I think that's just always going to be my case.
Yeah.
I do love your shirt though. The one that came out for the one that how you told me to put it. It's my favorite of the bunch.
You moved the logo down a little bit?
I haven't messed around with it yet.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. Like, the store is live. Theoretically, if we wanted people to buy shirts, we could, because a lot of the shirts and stuff are there. It's just I haven't posted any links yet because I don't feel comfortable with it yet.
Before we do the shirt, I want to make sure the logo on the front gets moved down and the writing on the back gets moved down. They're just a little too high for me.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that'll get done. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, I'm not worried. You've done a good job messing around with all that stuff. You were on fire over the weekend.
Yeah, I was up till like 4 a.m. I had a friend over in my house.
I love using the Super Mario Brothers, or rather Mario lettering for OmniBros. That looked great.
I really like that one. I thought that one was pretty cool how it came out. We've also got, I'm also going to have mugs up there, a few other things. So you can have an OmniDog mug pretty soon. Now, I haven't decided about doing hoodies yet or not. I'm still on the fence of that, but we'll see. We'll start with just the shirts and mugs, and we'll go from there.
If you go hoodie, is it zip up or pull over?
I think it's a pullover.
Ooh, good. I hate zip up hoodies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a pullover.
Ricky C says, "Take my money. I'm ready for the shirt." Yeah. Matt Moran says, "Can we get a fucking Nemo shirt for Jazz?" So Big Book knocking a Coke onto my laptop. Nemo. Wow. Laptop killer.
Also, I'm kind of, because I've never used this website, I kind of want to order a shirt for myself to see and make sure that the product that we're getting is legit. You know, I don't want us to open up the site and open up the shirts and people be getting trash. I would hate that.
That's a good point.
So my plan is to, within the next few weeks, so, because I still have to buy one of the shirts and see what comes in.
Curtis Mensforth, with 4,000 people in the Facebook group and a lot of people really loving being part of this community, the amount of money made when merch launches will be wild. Well, I don't know about that, but I think it'd be fun to do a test run of shirts. They had a choice between like thick material and thinner, crappier material, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to, I'm just going to prep this real quick. There's going to be a few of you out there that are going to complain about the price. It's not too bad. What was it, like $23?
I thought it was reasonable if it's the quality you said it was.
Right. It's $23. Just kind of prepping you guys. Right now, the shirts would be about $23 each shirt before shipping. $24. The reason it is that price is because we can determine what quality we want. We can give you guys a super low quality shirt and it would be like $12. Or we can go the super premium route and you guys will be paying a bit more, but the shirt quality is a lot better. So that's why I decided to go with that.
Because we stand for something. That's right. We have quality as our middle name. Omni Quality Bros. We want high quality merch. We don't want you running around in some thin old t-shirt.
Just we also have something else we need to announce. We hit 1,000 subs, man.
Yeah, we're past 1,000. We're like at, how many are we at? Like 1,017 or something?
Last time I checked, I thought it was 1,012.
Yeah, last time I checked, it was like 1,017, something like that. Yeah, baby.
So 1,012. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Thank you guys for being with us. And the channel is just growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. How long ago did we start the channel? It hasn't been a year for the channel yet, has it?
OmniBros?
Yeah, it hasn't been.
Oh, for the specific channel where you guys, before you guys were switching off between you and Riley?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. Has it been a year?
Hasn't been a year.
And no, there is not a senior citizen discount Omnipool, my former friend. And Jimmy Owens was getting ready to ask that question. How dare all you guys?
But yeah, just wanted to kind of throw that out there. And it seems like everybody's cool with the price. I was kind of worried about that.
Yeah, well, I think you said it right. We want to sell a really nice shirt that they're really happy with. So,
right, and I'm going to be placing my order for a shirt for myself this week, and I'll see how that comes in.
Kyler Stern, hey Jess, have you read Lantern City? Is it worth buying in HC? I remember reading it several years ago, not several, but a few years ago in floppies, and I liked it. I do have. Let me go get it. I can show you some artwork if I am looking at it properly. Let me mute this so that you don't hear me banging around and stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay, dokes. Let me. I know somebody's asking. Yes, apparently there is international shipping. I was just taking a look at that. John Wilson, you can get a look at the logo. Actually, if you look at my Facebook page from a few days ago, like my personal Facebook page, you can get a look at some of the other designs that I've been working on. I posted them there.
Okay, I have Lantern City right here. It's pretty steampunky. I'll read you the description as I show you pics. It's standard size, black edges, which is cool. By Archaea.
That is nice. Archaea.
Archaea. Yeah. Archaea.
Archaea does beautiful little hardcovers.
This is nice looking. Sander Jorve just wants to keep his wife and son safe. Living in the brutalized lower class of Lantern City means living in near constant darkness, the enormous walls of the city always looming overhead, while the upper class enjoys the elevated, interconnected towers and airships above. Okay, I'm liking this already. I remember why I liked it. When Sander's brother-in-law, the persuasive activist Kendall, convinces him to infiltrate the brutal ranks of the Guard, he's set on a dangerous path that will test his abilities and beliefs, all in the name of making a difference for his family and his cast. So, yeah, this sounds really good. I don't know if you can get good view of these things, but the artwork looks nice and the story sounds cool.
Yeah, I dig the idea. What was the name of that again?
Lantern City, and it's not expensive at all. I mean, you get these at IST. It's a $25 book, so you get it at IST for like $15 or so. There are 3 that I have, so I need to read these. He said for the 50th time this week about my ridiculous backlog.
Art is on point. She starts to feel this way. Curtis Mills first. Yes, there will be international shipping. I just took a look at it, or there should be.
June 9th, 2017 was the first Omnibros episode.
Was it really? We're not even a year yet.
Wow. Okay.
That's crazy. Should I pull?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to read that. Should I pull the trigger on the East of West hardcover, official hardcover?
My opinion, yes. It's an incredibly strong book. I love that book.
First volume was better than the second volume for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
My 2 cents. I really need to sit down and read the rest of Lazarus.
And yes, it will have sleeves. It's not going to be a sleeveless shirt.
Yeah. It won't be a sleeveless shirt. Although there is like I said, in the future, I could always do more. And somebody's at my door. Jess, take over.
Oh, okay. So somebody's banging on the door. Cycle Cleveland. Now he's singing the Restless, Restless song from Howard Stern, which I totally appreciate. Yavash is on. Hey, dude. Should I put the trigger on? Yeah, well, we read that. Yeah, you can ship it internationally. Chris M asks, can I get a roll call / poll on all your experience with IST damage stuff? That's a good question. People in the chat can answer. I've gotten a lot of supposedly damaged stuff from IST. It's a roll of the dice. You never know what you're going to get. So far, 100% of my books have been totally acceptable to me. They may have had a bent corner, maybe a wrinkle on the dust jacket or something. Other times I can't find anything wrong with it. I'd be interested to see what the chat people say about it. But it is a roll of the dice because you're clicking that box down there that says, I understand I'm buying a damaged book and I can't return it. So there's a chance it could be really damaged. So you don't know. But so far for me, the gamble's been worth it. I'll see what people in the chat have to say, but that's a really good question. Since you're a first-time IST buyer, I think you can buy with confidence, but just be prepared just in case. Omnipool, I'm going to save that plan for my new video series. I'm going to save that till I actually do it. I want to do it this weekend, but I don't want to promote it yet. I'll promote it next week, but I want to make sure I actually do it because I'm like 3 weeks behind on vids for my channel. So it's between you and me right now, Omnipool. I want to keep that close to the vest. Once I launch it, then I will announce it, buddy. And I will thank you because you got the wheels churning in my head about something that I could do. I don't buy damaged books. The discount isn't big enough to risk it. Okay, that's fair. I got the Planetary Omnibus for like $20, and all it had was a bent corner, and not even that bad. I had to really check it out. But Iron Cardinal's right. You're getting 60% off for a book, but it could be damaged. So, hey, Jess, Curtis asks, hey, Jess, what's your favorite Rebirth title? That is tough. I love Batman. I love Detective. But I am really in love with Red Hood and the Outlaws, if you can believe it. The first two trades have been so fun and so different. It's hard to believe that it's the same writer from that New 52 Red Hood that nobody really cares for. But man, is it fun. I just find Red Hood and the Outlaws to be a ton of fun, really well written, and I don't know how it's the same guy, but he nails it in Red Hood and the Outlaws. But Batman and Detective are also awesome. Deathstroke is great. I like Batwoman. I love Super Sons. Aquaman's good. I love Superwoman. And of course, Harley Quinn. That's a given. But yeah, I'd say Batman, Detective, and Red Hood are my faves. Hey, Jess, Kyler asks, do you know if all of Lady Mechanica is going to be collected in OHC? I don't have any insight into it. He is utterly and totally a self-publisher. I'm pretty amazed at what he's done with that book. I would think that since he's issued the first one in hardcover that he'd follow it up, but it's all up to him because, I mean, he is fully self-published. It's his publication, so it's going to be up to him.
You talking Red Hood and the Outlaws?
I did say how good Red Hood and the Outlaws was. Somebody asked my favorite Rebirth title.
Why are you lying to the people, Jess? The people trust your opinion, and you are lying to them. You are sitting on your
Rebirth Red Hood. Shut up, man. The current Rebirth Red Hood is great. You know, I read it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm telling you.
I will sit down and I'll read the first volume this weekend.
Okay, good. I think you'll really enjoy it. It is completely unexpected and a blast.
I will sit down and read the first volume because I keep hearing, actually, you're not the only one. I've heard Deathstroke and that are really good reads.
Yeah, Deathstroke is definitely great. Green Arrow's great. I mean, I was going over all the titles. The only one, I mean, they're all worth a read. The only one, I'll tell you, it's easier to say what not to read. The Justice League books, don't read. Blue Beetle, don't read. Cyborg, don't read. Constantine, don't read unless it's called Hellblazer. I can't remember which one it's called, but it is lame. And then Suicide Squad isn't really that great. I like it because it's got Harley in it, but Suicide Squad's not that great. But Justice League versus Suicide Squad is a good book. Justice League, not that great. Suicide Squad, not that great. Put them together, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. They work.
Okay, all right, you're selling me on that one. That sounds really interesting. All right, I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, let's see. We got some other questions. Hey, we're back up to 62. So
what about the Flash? Have you kept up with it?
Yeah, I read the first Flash Deluxe. It was good. I liked it. Yeah. Let's see. Wish that Red Hood could get a deluxe hardcover. Totally appreciate it. Totally get it. I appreciate that answer. I'll check it out. Who doesn't like fun, right? Yeah, man. Super Sons is great, Jimmy Owens. You're right. Super Sons has been my favorite Rebirth release. I agree with that. It's great. Attack on Louis, I read Superwoman, but a lot of things were going on. I agree with that. There were a lot of things going on, but I really enjoyed it. Jess, how awesome was Luther Strode? Way awesome.
I need to finish that.
Yeah, that is a wonderful, brutal read.
I've read everything except for the last volume. Does he stick the landing?
Oh, totally. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I really loved it.
Good. They have only put out 14 issues of Super Sons so far. Yeah, and it's a shame that they're canceling it.
Well, I think it sounds like he's gonna work them into the main title or something. There are plans for it, so I think they're moving it into the main title or something.
Yeah, he's got something else going on, I think, right?
Yeah, they've got plans to keep it going, but in a different form. Omnibus Clouds asks, East of West or Saga?
That's kind of hard. Both of them kind of teetered off for me in the middle. Saga.
I'm gonna have to say Saga too, and I know you have long said that it gets weak in the middle. Just based on the 2 deluxe editions that I've read, I liked it all the way through, but I know you felt it sagged in the middle. I loved both books equally, and I agree with you that East of West was great in the first one and just very good in the second one.
Yeah. I tried getting through. I devoured the first volume of East of West. I was like, wow, this is really, really good. The second volume just felt like a slog for me.
Which one?
The second volume of East of West, the hardcover.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't quite as exciting.
Yeah, it just felt like a slog for me. It's clear that Hickman was setting up a lot of stuff that I'm sure will pay off later, because that's what he does. He plays the super long game. He'll set something up and it'll take 38 issues to get to it eventually, because he's a long form storyteller, but it'll usually pay off. Just takes a really long fucking time to get to it. And that's a good and a bad thing for him, for his style, for me. Whereas I prefer somebody like Garth Ennis or Warren Ellis, where the pace is just breakneck. It's just constantly going.
Right.
I quit East of West and singles.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man.
No, I was going to say Jimmy Owens says, I just recently bought 7 trades of Saga, and he brings up the fabulous Manifest Destiny. That does not get enough attention. That is criminally underrated. I need to pump that up. I'm going to make a vid on that and pump it up.
That's one of those books that if they ever decide to do a series on it, like a TV series, and it blows up, everybody's going to be like, oh man, why did I not read this book when it was coming out?
That would make an amazing TV series.
Yeah, it's so good. For those of you that have never heard Manifest Destiny, Jess, you want to fill them in real quick on it?
Well, it's Lewis and Clark back when they started their expedition, and they start the expedition. It's kind of an alternate reality U.S., where they find fantastical creatures all over. They're basically chopping through, underbrush, and they encounter all these amazing, fabulous, dangerous creatures and tribes of other things. And it's marvelously written. There's danger everywhere. There's intrigue. There's backstabbing. It's kind of like a fantastical voyage through the U.S. In an alternate reality U.S. with Lewis and Clark.
And it was criminally underrated and never got the love it deserved.
Yeah, I that's probably why it's just getting issued in trades. It must not sell enough for the writer or artist to want to put it out in hardcovers. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that image thing works, but it sounds like the creators have to pony up either on the back end or the front end. So
it's a beautiful book.
Yeah, it's very well drawn. There's lots of stuff going on in it. You want me to get that? I'll show you that.
Yeah, please do. Apparently Kill or Be Killed is ending at issue 20. Huh. Is it really? Let me see. Kill 20. I don't see anything saying it will end on issue 20.
This is the second volume of Manifest Destiny. And you can see by the back cover what's going on. You got a big octopus, a giant frog. Let me see if I can find some of the creatures. Yeah. Here's something they encounter. That dude right there. And there's some more art here. See, you can see another fantastic something. They encounter monsters like all over the place, and it's really cool. I really dig this book, and this is something that I read a lot in singles before I gave up singles. So this one needs more attention and love from me. I take responsibility for this book not selling enough. I need all my subscribers to go out and buy this book.
You know what it reminds me of? It was a short series that only had 2 volumes out because it never caught on. Witch Doctor.
Oh, yeah, Witch Doctor. I remember that. Yeah, here's some more images from it. They encounter Native Americans. Yeah, I remember Witch Doctor. I read that a while ago. There's another monster they find. They find all kinds of crazy crap. Yeah, I remember Witch Doctor. I read that. I've got that somewhere.
Never got too far. It only got 2 volumes in, and it had such a great hook and such a great premise, and it was setting up so many awesome things, but they never got far into it. It just stopped coming out. Witch Doctor was it was basically centering around an occult doctor that he would go around and he would deal with paranormal things like if he was an actual doctor. He would diagnose it, treat it, and in a supernatural way. He was basically Dr. House, but with supernatural stuff.
Yeah, you're right. It was really fun.
Absolutely fun series.
Have you watched Jessica Jones season 2 yet?
No. I watched the first episode, did nothing for me, and I shut it off.
Oh, dear. I don't like hearing that. I really like that show.
I like the first season. For some reason, the second season, I just have almost no interest in watching him. My interest in the Netflix Marvel shows is starting to wane a little bit. Punisher being my favorite, right behind Daredevil season 1. But with the exception of Daredevil and Punisher, and the first half of Luke Cage, I haven't been really too crazy about the Marvel Netflix stuff.
Ethan Johnson, I have the first hardcover of Revival. Does a story and ending pay off enough to pick up the rest of the hardcovers? I read all 4 hardcovers in January as part of my pledge to myself to read as many Image hardcovers as I could, which has been put on hold for me to read Planetary, which I'm reading and loving. But I genuinely loved Revival. I can recommend Revival. I felt satisfied at the ending. I felt it kept up the pace the whole way through. I understand that it's a serious commitment to buy those 4 oversized hardcovers. I get that. You might want to try reading some of it online first to see if it's your cup of tea. But I was really happy the whole way through with that. I burned through that book in a couple days. I'm a slow reader, so that's fast for me to go right through it. So yeah, I really dug Revival. I think you will too, Ethan Johnson.
No, everybody's saying that, yeah, Kill or Be Killed is ending at issue 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty short.
It is, and he originally said that it would be his longest series yet. Maybe the guy's just too busy.
Well, he does have a lot going on.
He's got 16 issues so far. So he's already at the end, and I'm all caught up. I'm caught up on Kill or Be Killed, so there's still a good amount left he's got to wrap up, and he's got 4 issues to do it. So I'm curious to see how he's going to finish it. See if he actually pulls it off. Fatale is still my favorite book of his.
You're saying that, or the chat is?
I'm saying that.
Yeah, Fatale's great. I love that.
Yeah, Fatale is my favorite of his books. Absolutely, love Fatale. Although I do like Criminal. His Criminal stuff is great.
Yeah, and I loved Fade Out.
Brubaker's just one of those guys, man. He's
Yeah, I like everything he makes, everything he writes.
I don't think I've ever read a bad Brubaker story.
Yeah, and I have read a bad Rucka story once, so I put them together as great writers that I can always count on.
But in Rucka's defense, he is writing the best book that's being published right now, in my humble opinion.
Don't disagree with that. We're talking about Lazarus?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all. That is an amazing book. Crazy amazing. Cramazing.
There's a mini series, kind of like a spin-off of it. Did you know that?
What is that?
Hold on, let me take a look. X plus 66 is what it's called.
Oh, I didn't know that. What Nathan Burkholz doesn't think we're funny enough tonight. You want me to tell jokes? You want me to read off my song playlist again? That'll make people laugh. I mispronounce things. How dare you? This show needs more funny. How dare you? Just go build your small house, Nathan. Your tiny house.
Tiny.
He's building a tiny house, and he showed me his tiny foundation the other day.
Is he really? My girl wants a tiny house. Yeah, there was a miniseries that came out last year called X plus 66.
And it looks like I was told about it, and I'm forgetting. Somebody said they told. Where did that? Somebody said they told me about it. Shorty says he told me that about a month ago. Sorry, Shorty. I flaked. He said he would check it out. I guess he forgot. I guess so, Shorty. It totally slipped my mind. I apologize. I flaked on it totally.
There are 2 hardcovers out for Lazarus. Just tends to do that. Y'all check it out, and it never happens.
I did listen to Chocolate Rain, though. I just forgot about X plus 66. If it's in floppies, I tend to not pay attention to it, and it just slips my mind. In my defense, which is admittedly weak.
So Thor 500 is pretty much a mess. It's structurally speaking, it's complete garbage.
Wait, what is?
So Thor 500 is pretty much a mess. Structurally speaking, it's pretty much trash, and the art in it is exactly what you would expect from a 90s book. It was terrible. Oh my god. For those of you out there that are wondering, Thor 500 is the beginning of, or it's close to the Codpiece Thor storyline, which once you start getting into the Codpiece Thor thing, he inexplicably has his Codpiece Thor suit. They don't lead into it. They don't explain where the hell he gets the suit. He's regular Thor. Well, not regular Thor. He's shirtless Thor in one issue. And then the next issue, it's like, hey, true believers, read Onslaught something, something, X-Men something to understand why Thor has the suit that he has right now. And I'm like, I don't want to read that. Why does Thor have a BDSM outfit right now with Mjolnir with the chain attached to the end of it? Doesn't make any damn sense to me. So we start off the issue with Thor. Something's going on with, like, Ragnarok is basically happening right now, and Doctor Strange, for some explicable reason, has lost his powers on one panel. On the next panel, for no apparent reason, Doctor Strange is shooting fucking magic out of his goddamn hands, and he says, boy, that was really tiring. And in the next panel, on the next page, Doctor Strange says, I can't use my magic. Stick with some goddamn consistency.
What are you talking about? What is this book?
This is Codpiece Thor.
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
Is this your review?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. Oh, my God. Okay, so the general premise of this, as far as I understood of this convoluted mess of a story, is that this sword gets stuck because Odin sends this sword down because like he was drunk or something like that, and it gets stuck, and Thor has to end up retrieving it. And because it's stuck somewhere, Doctor Strange has lost his powers, but he really hasn't lost his powers because he uses it in one panel, and then in another page, 2 pages down later, in another panel, he's shooting things out of his hands. I have no fucking clue why. I don't know what is going on, and I'm confused, and I'm kind of scared at this point in the story. So I keep reading the story, and then we meet this dude who apparently is another Thor. I forgot his name. He's like a red-headed guy. And basically, the general gist of his story is that he is down on his luck. He used to be a Thor, and now he's shooting pornos in his trailer. Jess, I am not making this shit up, okay?
What?
I am not making this bullshit up. He is apparently shooting pornos in this trailer when this guy in this suit comes. Apparently, I guess he's from the IRS or something, is saying, hey, you paid for these cameras. We're confiscating them because you're late on your payment and your videos haven't come through. I don't fucking know why. Okay, I'm just going along with this. It's 90s Marvel. I thought, you know, kind of weird that a porno is referenced for kids. But again, 90s Marvel. Disney would never allow this shit to happen. So we get up further along in the story, and then there is a panel in here. I'm jumping ahead. I'm jumping the gun. God damn it. So we get a little bit further along in the story, right? And Thor is sitting around with Redhead Thor, who for some reason I can't remember his name. And all of a sudden, this guy is basically dying in front of him. And Thor, who's jacked up on guapa juice or whatever you want to call it, steroid juice, goes, I have to operate on this young man. And he pulls out surgical gloves out of fucking nowhere, and he starts performing a surgery on this guy, in which you see a panel where I swear to God, Jess, you see Thor's O face. I swear to Christ, Jess, you see his orgasm face. It was just that badly drawn. And his statement is,
what happened? Lewis blew up. You there, dude? Right in the middle of this complete rant, I lost my partner. Codpiece Thor blew him up. Well, I don't know what to tell you. He'll be back. I wonder if he's still ranting and not knowing that he's not on the air anymore. The book he was talking about was Codpiece Thor from the 90s. Let's see. Chocolate Rain. I'm looking at. There's too many choices for me on Chocolate Rain. I can't seem to find the proper Chocolate Rain Doom fella. Because I think I may have listened to the wrong thing, because what I listened to sounded like a remix or somebody else doing it. There's about who is Chocolate Rain the group or is Chocolate Rain the song? Let me refine my search, because there was.
And his statement is, I would pray to a god, but how would I pray to myself? Jess, I give it a 6 out of 10.
You know, you blew up and went off the air, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
But you were still ranting.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay, I'm gonna listen to Chocolate Rain right now because I was listening to the wrong one. Wrong one. Just a sec.
Chocolate rain, chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain. A baby born to die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain. The prisons make you wonder where it went. Chocolate rain. Build a tent and save the world to dry. Chocolate rain. Zoom the camera out and see the light. Chocolate rain.
I'm digging this.
Where's this from?
YouTube.
You better not play it too long, just so we can get described.
What's that? It's on YouTube.
happy living in a gay chocolate rain. Beneath across the street the other day, chocolate rain.
Holy smoke, this song goes on for like 9 minutes.
Jess is gonna come down with the pizza.
It's like this for 4 minutes. It's about racism. Okay. Okay, Chocolate Rain.
That was fantastic.
I get it, man. It's about racism.
Mm.
And that was interesting. I think it's going to be going through my head. It's like a 5-minute song by Tay Zonde. Okay, I listened to the wrong version at first.
So there you go. You guys got your review. Leave me alone.
It took it was June of last year.
It took almost like 8 months. No, the bet was made way before that movie came out.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
It's been almost a year.
It has been almost a year. Okay. That was, yeah.
I'm going to go read something good and wash the taste out of my mouth. I'm going to go read one. You should listen to the whole thing in your free time, Jess. You'll love it. Tay Zonde. This sounds really cool. I'm looking at the general premise of X plus 66 for Lazarus, and I really like this. Yeah, let's see. So each one, there's 6 issues, and each one of them is a separate story.
Of X plus 66?
Yeah, and apparently I guess each one of them focuses on a different character. What's the source book? Lazarus source book.
Is that the one that does, it's more world building?
I think it is.
Sam I Am asks, when's Gio coming back? That's a good question. He still doesn't have very good internet.
Yeah.
His house is still getting rebuilt. I mean, poor Gio has been through hell. It is really not a good situation at all in Puerto Rico. And he is just, I just don't know how he's doing it. He was out without power for 3 months. I mean,
he was in a rough shape for a while.
Yeah, 3 hours without power and we complain. And he's been without it for 3 months. Those people are American citizens, man. This is not acceptable.
Yeah,
so poor Gio, I don't know when he's going to be back. He's trying as hard as he can.
Yeah, Gio is always welcome back on the show. Whenever he wants to come back, he's more than welcome to join us.
Oh yeah, he's as soon as he gets internet that's reliable, he's right on the show. Source book is the backup world building stuff from each issue. Chris M says tedious world building. Tedious. I don't know that I'd use that word, but I haven't read it.
Oh, so I'm guessing from the single issues, they just collected all the backup stuff that kind of builds the world, because that's probably not in the trades. But since you have the hardcovers, Jess, that stuff is all collected in there.
Okay. Yeah, that stuff's important to read. I don't think it's tedious. I think it's really important to read.
I find it fascinating.
Yeah, that is a lot of effort that went into that world building when you read those pages.
Yeah, you gotta respect Rucka, because the amount of work that it must take to put this together is insane.
Yeah, I mean, they were down to researching the little things on the, what to put on the walls and the warnings that they put on the walls of the computer labs and stuff and the machinery, and it's not off the charts amazing.
Matt Miranda, mother rucka.
He's a mother rucka. We haven't started talking about The Wire yet. How have we kept Matt Miranda interested in the chat?
You know what, me and my girl have actually started rewatching. Well, this is her first time watching it. This is my rewatch of the first season.
Of The Wire?
No.
Of what?
No, not The Wire.
What are you watching?
Lost.
Oh, Lost.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going through that right now. She's never seen it before, and she's obsessed with it.
Mm.
So I've seen the first season. I got halfway through the second season, if I remember right, and I fell off it. But we're binging the whole series.
Nice. That's a good thing to do with your gal.
Yeah, it's really fun so far. Where I'm actually enjoying it a lot more when I know how it's gonna end.
Matt Miranda, I'm waiting for the day when you watch it. It'll be like the ending of Memento. I'll be complete. I think Evangeline Lilly's still the top 3 for me.
Beautiful. She's still beautiful.
Yeah, isn't she going to be the Wasp?
Yes, she is.
That's something I'll go see just for her.
I think she's in her 40s now.
She's holding it together as far as I can tell.
Because Lost was 2003 when it first came out. 2000. It wasn't that bad.
15 years ago, so she's in her late 30s. She's still rocking it.
She is.
In this dog's opinion.
Oh, yeah. She's 38.
38, that's a good age.
She's not that old.
No. I wish I was 38. When's Pacific Rim 2 coming out?
This Friday. I'm getting tickets to see it.
And is it by the same director?
No. It's by the director that did season 1 of Daredevil. It's been reviewed pretty mediocrely.
Oh.
But so did the first one. The first one was reviewed pretty mediocre. I'll be happy. You know what? I just want to see some robots kicking the shit out of some monsters, and I'm happy.
I love that first movie.
I did
that
too.
Was fun.
It's a very fun guilty pleasure of mine. I love that movie.
You guys that are 38 in the chat, wait till you get to my age. You're going to really look at 38 completely differently and wish you were 38 again.
Chris M says I'm going to be 51 tomorrow.
All right. Join me in the 50s club.
Happy birthday, Chris. I'm at the ripe old age of 28.
I'm going to be, my birthday's next week.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No. Wow, man. Any plans so far?
I said to my wife and daughter that I didn't really want stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want an experience more than stuff. I did pick out a couple things that I wanted, just some small things. So I think that I'm just gonna roll over that birthday into summer travel someplace and just call it my birthday if we go to California or something.
That's a good idea.
I want an In-N-Out burger with some OmniBros in California. That would be a great birthday trip.
We'll meet up with Matt and Nick.
Yeah, I don't know about Nick. He's in LA. I'm going to be in Northern California. Nick's welcome to come and meet up with us, but he's in Southern California. We're going to be in the Bay Area.
Well, the intern's too good for us now, Jess. He's gone up now. Animal style fries.
Yeah, baby.
Kyler Stern says, I love how Pacific Rim is a throwback to Gundam, Godzilla, and all the great stuff that came out of Japan. I'm reading right now Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I feel like it's mostly close to that. Like, it's really, really close to that stuff.
Here's some good advice from Doomfella. Don't wish you were 33. Don't wish you were 38. Simply be. Okay, dude. That's good advice. I will just be. I accept my fate as growing older, which is better than the alternative. I can promise you that.
Hey, people are living longer and longer.
Yeah, that's right.
My great-grandmother was 93, 94 before she croaked.
That my wife is definitely living into the 90s. I don't have a good track record with my side of the family.
Yeah.
People tend to go off early in my side, but her side of the family, the women live to be in their 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure I'll be checking out sooner than that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, someone is always older. Well, that's true. But nobody has more fun than braggadocio here. I have fun.
I think we can all agree, though, Stan Lee will outlive us all.
Man, he's going to live to be 120.
Jeez, guys, ridiculous. Although it does seem like he's starting to slow down more. Still banking on cyborg technology becoming more common in the next few decades.
That'd be great.
Just to have a robotic arm.
I need robot. I have part robot in my knees and my foot. I have replacement parts there.
But see, you know, it always starts. You never get the really cool shit at first, like where you have the skin and you can't tell it's a real robotic arm. You know, you'll get the primitive shit where it's like you got wires and pipes and stuff sticking out of your arm and everything.
Yeah. I'd like it like in Star Trek where you could peel back the skin and see the robotics underneath, and then you push back the skin and it all looks real.
Hey, I heard Star Trek Discovery is fantastic, by the way.
I heard that too.
You're a Trekkie. You can get a free trial for that thing and watch it.
On what is it on again?
I forgot, but
CBS
they have like,
Discover CBS All Access or something.
Yeah, I think they have like a month free or like a week free, and you can watch it all quick.
Now, is that just online or is it on television?
Online.
So I'd watch it on my computer, or I guess I could stream it through my TV.
Yeah.
If you have a smart TV. And so binge it and then cancel it?
Yeah.
I like the way you millennials think.
I was thinking about doing the same thing too, because I heard good things.
Jess will freeze you Walt Disney style.
Yeah.
Good idea. Jess predates Wolverine origin. Yeah, I'm pretty old.
We'll freeze you Walt Disney style.
Show him your shirt. We can't really see your shirt.
Me?
Yeah.
It's just a Batman shirt.
Well, what do you mean just a Batman shirt? It's a cool Batman shirt.
That's an old school Batman shirt. I love the I'm a sucker as far as the Batman logo on the chest. I'm a sucker for the yellow.
Me too. The new look Batman.
Yeah. I really dig the yellow on the chest piece. I'm not crazy about like the all black symbol now that they're really using a lot and it's really popular. I just like a simple circle with the yellow and the bat inside of it.
Yeah. I am old enough to remember when that showed up in comics.
What's your favorite Batmobile?
Oh man.
Ooh.
I think the Batmobile from Batman 66 is the coolest one.
The car?
Yeah.
Wow, with the little thing on top, the little light.
Yeah, I thought that was so boss.
I did too as a kid. I really liked that car as a kid.
Yeah.
For me,
they kind of armored it up, and so I mean, I dig it for the movies, but I just love that classic Batman 66 mobile.
I like the have you know the one where it's kind of like a long rectangular one, but it's got the bat symbol on the front. It's got a huge bat symbol on the front. The shape of his head.
Oh, really? What's that from?
Let me pull up a picture of it.
Sledge asks a question that I feel passionate about. Is Cerebus worth reading all the way through? I'll be honest with you. The answer's no.
Really?
Not. I mean, I slogged through a bunch of those phone books, and I found it to get tedious. And this is one area where usually, you know, Dave Sims wrote it, and usually when a writer or an artist has an outside agenda or political beliefs, I can usually separate the two and just say, okay, I can read this and enjoy it. But he lets his views on women to trickle into that book. He has a really dismissive opinion of women. And I found it really off-putting. It's shot throughout that whole book in subtle ways. And I mean, he almost belittles them. And it was not to my taste. I did not dig it.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, he is really Not my guy. I don't like him as a person or his character, and his views on women were pretty despicable, and it bleeds through into his book. So the answer from me is no.
So he was kind of an ass in real life.
I've read a lot of stuff that he's written. He writes defenses of his views. He defends his views, and I find them really weak and off-putting, and he just doesn't seem. He's just got such an outdated opinion on women. Even, I mean, just his treatment of women is not my style. I'm not into it.
Just I sent you that picture
In the chat?
in the Facebook chat. Yeah, that's the Batmobile I like.
Oh, where's that from? That's cool. That looks like an old one.
Yeah, that's an older design. That's the one that I prefer. I gotta say that thing is probably not the most aerodynamic one, and it's got to be a bitch on gas with that front. That is definitely a ramming Batman car, though. That thing is going through a wall.
Yeah, Rob McClay just sent me Chocolate Rain in another chat, so it's haunting me throughout my life. Let's see.
I will just say this on this subject matter. Comics have always been political. You can't get away from it.
No, I agree. I agree with that. It's just a view that I didn't agree with.
I'll leave it at that.
Jess, on a positive note, how excited are you about new Xenozoic Tales stories coming out this year or next? I remember liking Xenozoic a lot, so that'd be cool. I was unaware of those plans.
What's Xenozoic?
Gosh, I read it so long ago, I can't even remember. But I think it involved dinosaurs and Cadillacs or something. Sledge, remind me of what Xenozoic Tales about. Is that the one that had a title, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs? Yeah, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. It was fun. I think that book's upstairs. I can't run and get that.
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Holy crap, I actually want to see that.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was really well drawn. Super well drawn. Like, amazing art. Like,
yeah, you had me at Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Yeah, Sledge is saying look up the art for Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. You should. I mean, it's amazing art.
Okay, hold on. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Oh my god, it's a dinosaur on a flying Cadillac. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is like 5-year-old me's wet dream. This is incredible. I need to get this.
Yeah, good, huh?
This is by Mark Schultz?
Yeah.
I didn't know he did this.
Yeah, it's brilliant art.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. Oh my god, Jess. I think you've started a new obsession.
Yeah, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Where can I get this? Is there like a collected edition of it?
Yeah, there definitely is. That's one I got years ago, so I'm sure they probably kept it in print.
This is
I don't think it went out of print.
This is everything my 5-year-old self would want.
Yeah, it's a well-written book too. I mean, you get lost in the artwork, but it moves along nicely. Matt Miranda says, has Jess seen Kung Fury? And if not, watch it as ASAP. What's Kung Fury?
Kung Fury is a small, I think it's like 30 to 45-minute movie. But it is like 80s as hell, but they did it deliberately like that.
What's it about? Is it a chop socky movie? It's a kung fu movie?
It's like a kung fu movie.
That sounds fun.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. There is a Cadillacs and Dinosaurs video game. Oh my god, Jess. Oh my god.
Jess, there was a TV animated series for Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. So, Luis, you need to see that.
There's action figures.
We've now got an obsessed Luis.
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Jack Cadillac Tenrick. His middle name is Cadillac. Oh my god, I need to have this. Oh, there's more.
Yeah, I remember loving it. In an arcade beat 'em up game. Yeah.
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Hammer Turnhune. Lead evil poacher. I guess the bad guy's an evil poacher. This looks like something I would totally watch when I was a kid in Puerto Rico. This guy's got a robotic leg, Jess. He's got a robotic leg.
You got to read the comic book. It's awesome. And I guess the animated series sounds fun, too. Luke W. asks, hey, guys, I'm new to the whole Infinity Gauntlet story. Besides that story, are the other Infinity stories by Starlin any good? I'm talking about Infinity War, Infinity Crusade, and Infinity Watch.
That's a Gabe question.
That is a Gabe question. I've read those and liked them a lot. I tend to like Jim Starlin stories. It's space opera stuff from Marvel. So, I mean, I can recommend it, but you've got to be fully invested in that whole spacey cosmic universe to really get into it. That's another one where I would probably, because Jim Starlin is as great as he is, he may not be for everyone, and the cosmic saga may not be for everyone either. So I guess my advice would be to read some of that online, and see if you like it.
Jess, I need you to do me a favor.
Go get Cadillacs and Dinosaurs?
No, I need you to talk me out of buying this $85 Cadillacs and Dinosaur Jack Terrence Cadillac vehicle with 2 firing missiles on the front bumper, trunk reveals a net trap launcher, and side lava guns. Holds 2 Cadillacs and Dinosaurs figures.
Oh my god, I want it.
It's $85. I don't need this right now in my life.
Where is that on sale?
I will send you a link right now.
Okay, I have to go get my cord for my computer. I'll be right back.
It has lava guns on the side, Jess. Lava guns.
I'll be right back.
Oh my god, I need this so bad. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch Kung Fury. It's something that's been on my to-watch list. It's only 30 minutes long. It's pretty short. Do I dare justify the $85 for this? Very rare and long out of production. There's no reviews on Amazon. Oh, there's one. The review is by Random Dude. Wow, that's promising. Just beautiful. Amazing, really. Love this toy. Brand new factory seal. I think I'm going to trust Random Dude. Some people are saying it's not that great. I'm a sucker for bad movies. I love them. Like, one of my favorite movies as a kid is Megaforce. I still watch Megaforce to this day. Love that movie. You to yourself to watch Kung Fury. Kung Fury is on YouTube for free. Okay, I'll check it out this afternoon. It's called Xenozoic Tales in a Single Trade. Let me take a look at that. By the way, yes, I did add the Cadillac into my...
Chocolate rain. Okay. Chocolate rain.
Jess, you'll love the reviewer of this.
Amazon.com.
The reviewer's name is Random Dude.
Random dude.
The only reviewer.
Oh my gosh. Action figures too.
I know. That's a deep hole, Jess. I don't need to go down this.
Just beautiful. Amazing, really. Love this story. Brand new factory sealed.
Jess.
Only one left in stock, Luis.
It has side lava guns, Jess.
I'm seeing it.
And the trunk pops open and it reveals a net trap launcher.
Oh my gosh.
This thing is badass.
Really is. Only $2 for his action figure.
No, fuck the action figure. I want the Cadillac.
Oh my gosh, there's only one left. Who's going to get it, me or Luis?
It's probably going to be you. I can't justify that right
No,
now.
I couldn't justify $85 for that.
Can you imagine that shows up at your door and your wife sees it? How much did you pay for this? I wish there were more pictures of it.
Yeah.
Jack Terrence Cadillac. Hold on. Jack Terrence.
Kung Fury is on YouTube for free, posted by the guys who made it. Jess and Luis, you owe it to yourself to watch Kung Fury. It's only a 30-minute movie on Netflix. Trust me. Why are you trying to steal 30 minutes of Jess's life? Oh. There's a guy selling one used in box for $50, Luis.
That's not that bad. I'm looking at it right now at the actual action figure. There's pictures online. I want this.
The car?
Yeah, if you just type in Cadillacs and dinosaurs, Jack Terrence Cadillac vehicle, you can get pretty good pictures of it.
Where does he see somebody selling used? I only see this new. Fires 2 missiles, trunk reveals a net traveler, side lava guns. Man, that is cool. Oh, figures sold separately, so you'd have to buy the figures.
Of course. It's the 80s.
Well, the figures are only $2 for that one. The 80s. Hannah Dundee, scientist. That's who you want anyway. You want to get Hannah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 80s, man. I mean, the 80s, they sold me a Rambo action figure.
Oh my gosh. We created a monster here.
There was a Rambo cartoon. You probably don't remember the Rambo cartoon.
No.
Yeah, there was a RoboCop cartoon, a Rambo cartoon. Pretty sure there was a Terminator cartoon at one point. The box it comes in is sweet.
Oh, it's on eBay. So we can get it on eBay for cheaper.
How much?
Well, he said it's $50 on eBay.
Oh, that's tempting. Why do I have to buy groceries?
I think you need to read the book and then get really psyched about it and then get the car.
Yeah, I agree.
That yeah, the book you'll go crazy about. Here's a good question because I haven't read it. Anybody read Warren Ellis's Hellstorm? Because that's coming out. Didn't that just get a big deluxe announced about it?
I don't know.
I just saw it, I think, in DC's solicits. I think it may be like a Wildstorm book or something. Has anybody in the chat read that? I was wondering about that myself.
I don't know. You got me on that one.
Yeah, I haven't read it either. Omnipool, thanks for finding the... oh, Marvel. It's a Marvel omnibus.
Hey, the intern's in the chat. Hey, Nick.
Hellstorm's Marvel. Okay.
Any Shazam recommendations? New 52, the Jeff Johns stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
That was good. That was good. Grant Morrison's Multiversity Shazam issue.
Oh, yeah, that was good, too. That was really good.
That was very good.
It was Ellis's first big 2 work. That's interesting. Yeah, Nick's right. Smash that like button. Chocolate rain. Doopy 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 doopy
Hey, Jess, question.
Chocolate rain. Yes.
Question. If I were to try to look up some other Warren Ellis books, what website could I go to that I get a good discount on them?
And you wanted them packaged extremely well with good customer service, discounts up to 50% off, loyalty discounts.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
And you'd also, in the United States, get free shipping on orders of $50 or more. That would be on the interweb, instocktrades.com. Our fabulous sponsor, wonderful people.
Mm-hmm. They allow us to do what we do, and for us to talk about Cadillacs and dinosaurs for like 40 minutes.
Oh, you have a glow about you now that you didn't have before.
Oh, I need this in my life. And yes, Jimmy Owens, I'm already planning my next tattoo design.
You're radiating happiness. Wait till you read the book. You're going to go crazy.
Lewis's next tattoo will be the Cadillac and dinosaur action figure set.
It's about Damien Hailstorm, son of Mephisto. Okay, cool.
You had me at Mephisto.
Yeah, me too. Love Mephisto.
Same. Except for that story where Joe Quesada was the biggest villain, and yeah. I'm hungry.
How's the Frost Top going? You still drinking it?
I have a problem. They know me at the store at Ace Hardware.
Uh-oh. I created a monster.
It's bad, man. It's so good, though.
It is so great.
It's really bad. But it tastes so damn good.
Oh, it's so creamy and foamy.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite snack food to go with your Frost Top, Luis?
Favorite snack food?
Yeah, that's what Nick is asking.
You know what? With a good Frost Top, I don't really like snack foods. I prefer like a meal, so like some chicken wings or something to go with it.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing is just to put a couple scoops of ice cream in it and have that.
I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna do
Have that be dinner. Yeah, make it a good vanilla ice cream, and oh, that's amazing. Anyone read Batman Planetary Story? I'm about to. I'm reading the Planetary Omnibus, and it's in there. I'm reading it for the Monday show, which I think is going to be sometime in April now. Sometime in the first couple weeks of April, we'll have a planetary read-through. So all of you read Planetary, because we're going to be talking about Planetary the beginning of April. Read it however you can. Omnibus, paperback, singles, online. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Planetary is a fantastic read from beginning to end. It's Warren Ellis literally loving on pretty much everything literature.
Yeah, I just finished a couple days ago his kind of homage to DC. It's got Constantine in it, and Death, and Sandman. Not Sandman, I mean Dream and Death, and John Constantine type character. It's got a bunch of DC type characters in it. It was really cool.
Jess, are the Tick comics any good?
I do not know the answer to that. I am very sorry.
I don't know either. I've never read the Tick comics.
I've never read the Tick either.
Have you ever read the Mask comics?
No.
Oh, okay.
Those are by Dark Horse, right?
Yeah, those are the Dark Horse books.
I saw the movie. I loved the movie.
With Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Classic. All right, I got about another 5 minutes in.
5 minutes? Yeah, that sounds good. Now I want a root beer float.
I know, right? That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do groceries when I'm done from here. I don't know if you're like me, but I prefer doing groceries late at night at Walmart, like around 10, 11 o'clock, because nobody's there. I'm not bothered with anybody. Everything is being stocked, so I know I'm getting like the newer stuff, and it's just a more peaceful experience.
Yeah. Everything's picked up off the floor.
Yeah.
A week in Geekdom. When are we getting an Annihilation Omnibus reprint? There's Gio. He shows up and asks the famous question.
Gio.
Shorty Larson. Anyone read Moonshine by Azarel and Rizzo? Yes, I read it and loved it. Wasn't what I expected at all.
Same deal with me. I dug the hell out of it.
Yeah.
What issue are they on?
I don't know. I only read the first hardcover, the first paperback, rather. Luis, are you a fan of Guy Davis art, and have you read The Marquis?
I've not read The Marquis, and let me look up Guy Davis. Be sure.
I will say I am not a fan of Guy Davis art. I am not a fan of his art.
Really?
Yeah, I believe he did a lot of art in Sandman Mystery Theater, and it kind of took me out of the story.
Oh, yeah, this dude. Yeah, he's done a lot of Hellboy and BPRD stuff. I love his art.
Okay.
Yeah. He's right up my alley. So, yes, that's a solid yes for me.
Are we getting any Aquaman omnis? Asking for a friend.
No, Gio, we're getting a Red Hood and the Outlaws Omni first.
Yeah, how about that?
That's some crap, man. I couldn't believe when I saw that. Gio was mad. Gio was really mad.
He was genuinely pissed.
Yeah, he was really mad that afternoon when he found out really a Red Hood and the Outlaws omnibus of the New 52 stuff and no love for Aquaman. And he has a movie coming out.
Yeah, he was furious. Henry, actually, the Swamp Thing Absolute is back up. It is. I just read today on the group that it has been resolicited, so it is going to be coming out.
Yeah, so all the ones that were nervous about it, you can calm your tits. You're going to get it.
Yeah, Absolute Swamp Thing is coming out. It got relisted. Jess Descender is just amazing. Thanks for the recommendation. Big love, Jimmy Owens. Thank you for saying that. That makes me feel good.
That Red Hood omnibus will be a perfect gag gift for Lewis. He'll get it to a video of him setting it on fire. Yeah, I will. The book just lets off such noxious fumes.
Yeah. Cuban Groove, what do you think of the Superman Exile Omni coming out? I think I'm probably going to get it because I love Superman. I'm not so sure those are the strongest Superman stories. I'm not sure, but I do love Superman. I even love Bad Superman, so I will probably get that.
Ricky C, do we know how many volumes will be inside each Full Metal Alchemist hardcover? I think it's 3, but let me double check.
Why is there only one irredeemable definitive edition? That is a good question. They put out one. It must not have sold very well. And instead, you need to get the premiere editions, which the 5th one just came out last week. It's the end of the series, 1 through 5, wraps it up nicely, and they're beautiful books. Although some people say they're having problems with their binding. I'm going to do a read-through of that after I get done with Planetary. And then I'll read Manifest Destiny. Then I'll read Lantern City. What else is here that I'm going to read? I have a ton of stuff to read. I need like 38 hours in a day, except I'd sleep 30 of them.
I think it's just 2 volumes in one. Pretty sure it's just 2.
What are we talking about?
Somebody asked me about the Full Metal Alchemist hardcovers that's coming out.
Yeah, Gio has a good point. That Soup's Exile Omni is something that should have been printed after all the more famous stuff is released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the strongest stories, but I'm a sucker for Superman. So,
but I think the solicits came out this week. You guys are talking about that tomorrow, right?
tomorrow is Halls reads and well, not previews anymore because we didn't get the list until 5 minutes before IST went live on Tuesday. So
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what's coming out the following week. But the show gets back to Halls reads and previews on Monday. So I think it's just Halls and reads tomorrow.
So you don't want to talk about some of the stuff that just got announced from Marvel, the reprints?
Now or tomorrow?
Are you going to do it tomorrow?
Probably, yeah. That sounds good. That sounds like a good idea. No, that sounds good.
I was just making sure. I was wondering when you guys were covering that, because there's some choice stuff that's getting reprinted.
Yeah. Tomb of Dracula. Who expected that?
Yeah, who the hell expected that? Jeez, that came out of nowhere. And I'm pretty sure there were a lot of pissed off collectors who went, God damn it, when they saw that post.
I bet you're right.
And they put those things up quickly on eBay. You know what? Let's take a peek at the old eBay while we have a minute or two and see how much that's going for now.
What, the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs car? Or Tomb of Dracula? Ah, we lost him again. Oh, no, there he is. Sledge asks, is Planetoid Praxis by Image Comics good? Yes, I read that, and I think I reviewed it a few months ago. I thought Planetoid was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It's upstairs, so I can't pull it out to show you, but yeah, I dug it. It was really well done.
People are getting, well, the getting is good. A lot of people are trying to sell them now.
Tomb of Dracula?
Mm-hmm.
What are they asking for it?
About 140 is what I'm seeing a lot of them.
For the first one?
Here's one for $300 for the variant cover. Fuck that. Oh, this one is sealed and never read, and they're asking for $200.
Uh-huh. Well,
yeah.
You can get it for $50 when it comes on sale at IST in a few months.
Yeah, people are just trying to offload them real quick before
anybody finds out.
Before everybody else catches on.
Yeah. I have Lazarus in my cart as we speak. Do I place my order? Omnibus Cloud. We both say yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Without a doubt.
Best comic on the stands today.
Read the back matter if you're getting the hardcover. It's important.
Yeah, you have to read the back matter. Even though it seems like it's a lot of written stuff, it is really important to enjoy the book even more. John Wilson's off to bed. Thanks, John, for watching. Appreciate it.
John, what time is it over there? It's got to be close to 4 in the morning.
It says it's 2 a.m. there.
Oh, wow.
A week in geekdom. Looking forward to Duggan's Guardians Omni. I am too, now that I heard Riley talk it up. He had great things to say about it.
Yeah, he said it's basically everything that the Bendis Guardians wasn't. And I'm like, I am fine with that. Marlon Bundo.
Yeah, what's that?
It's something to do with John Oliver. I'll send you the link after we're done.
What? Marlon Bundo?
Yeah, have you seen John Oliver's show Last Week Tonight?
Yeah, my daughter always watches it.
Yeah, it's something with a book that he published out. It's sold out already. Earth X Omnibus is coming. Now, we didn't think we would ever get an Earth X Omnibus, right? Because of the rights.
I don't know what the whole story is with that.
Wasn't what Omar was saying?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, you ready to call this, Justin? Or ready to go to bed? We're do some groceries, whatever.
Which is it?
Depending if she's asleep or not. She just got back from work like an hour ago, so depends on if she's asleep. We'll go get something. If not, we'll just wake up early and we'll do it.
Yeah, sure. We've been on 2 hours. I think everybody's probably sated. They've had our fill of us.
Hey.
So, Luis, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Facebook, Twitter, all that. And some of you have my personal Facebook, so you can find me there, my crazy diatribes of my life there. I'm so sorry for my personal Facebook.
You can find me, OmniDog's Vault. OmniDog's Vault, where Omnipool reminds me I have a new series that I'm going to start this weekend, and I'm going to do it. And on Instagram, which I need to update, OmniDogs_Vault. And you can find both of us on Ryleymo's Omnibus Collectors, Comic Swap, and Community Facebook page. We love you guys in the chat. Thank you very much for making tonight what it was. Lots of great questions, lots of excellent discussion. And Omnibus Cloud, good for you. Lazarus, you will enjoy it. I demand you enjoy it. It's the best.
You bastards got your Codpiece Thor review.
Yes, and we got the Codpiece Thor review finally. The internet broke while he was doing it.
It did. It actually did.
You broke the internet with your rant. So thank you very much, everybody. You guys are great, and we really appreciate you watching, all your great questions. And smash that like button for us. It does something. I don't know what.
Yeah,
makes us more popular.
And if you're part of the Facebook group, be on the lookout for T-shirts pretty soon. So that'll be up soon-ish.
Yeah.
And other stuff. So.
All right. Awesome. Peace and love. Peace and love.